Hello, welcome to the Cleveland Marathon Podcast. I am your host, Adam, and I am here today with my co-host, Jen. Jen, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Adam. The sun is coming out in Ohio, and as a runner, I am happy about it. So it's a little rainy today, but this week's been nice, so I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm just getting ready for my full, so it's been a lot of training. I've been on a plan. I've been hustling and bustling. But today's episode, we have company. We have Megan McNamara and Grace Bevington from Prayers for Maria, a proud official charity partner of the Cleveland Marathon.
Hi.
How are you guys doing today?
Hi. Great.
Well, Megan McNamara, you, from my understanding, are the founder of Prayers for Maria. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yep.
And could you tell us a little bit about the founding of Prayers for Maria?
Yes. So back in 2006, our daughter Maria was diagnosed with a deadly brain tumor, and she was given about 10 months to live. And it was jolting for us. It just rocked our world. And my husband and I we're problem solvers and we're doers. So we mobilized to try to find an answer, anything that we could do to save her life. And what we discovered was very little was being done for these kids who were diagnosed with these types of deadly brain tumors, and they just continue to die year after year. And we just couldn't become that statistic. We just couldn't lie down and take that easily. So we fought in every way we possibly could to save our daughter's life. But, in the end, just there wasn't enough out there to help her. And that was crushing to us. She ended up passing away about a little over a year later. And we started a foundation, the Prayers from Maria Foundation. And it really was inspired by our daughter. She was treated at St. Jude's. And while we were at St. Jude's, she would meet a lot of people, a lot of other kids in her unit. And, they became good friends. And after treatment for the day, she would go home and she would pray for all of these kids. And it really touched our hearts and inspired us in a big way, because it wasn't like she was praying for herself. She was praying for all these other kids. And that really took hold of us. And we knew we had to do something, anything we could to help answer her prayers. So we started the Prayers from Maria Foundation in her memory, and we have to date well over $12 million has gone to the fight against pediatric brain tumors, and that's our mission, is to alleviate the suffering of these kids and their families and find a solution to the problem. So that is, one of the things that led us to the marathon.
And that's amazing. That story, it's so touching, the entire story itself. But then to know the grassroots efforts that started, literally grassroots efforts, sunflower grassroots efforts, started to then raise $12 million over that time in memory of your daughter and all of those children that she met along her journey too, is just incredible. And I know, for me speaking, the Cleveland Marathon's so lucky to have you as a charity partner, and have athletes. I know you guys call yourselves the Sunflower Striders.
Yep.
Out there running towards the finish line. So thank you for sharing that story and your mission and history.
Yep. I'm happy to share it, and happy that you guys share it as well. So thank you.
Of course, and our hearts go out to your family and the whole community and everything. And that's, it's beautiful to see because a lot of runners have a reason why,
Mhm.
and just to be able to move forward after. And I'm saying this from experience as well, with my late brother who would actually be turning 40 tomorrow. You have a reason why, and it's tough to move forward in especially with grief, and to be you know being in a community of support, it's an absolute beautiful thing, and what you're doing, it's beyond awesome.
That's what's nice about the marathon. The Cleveland Marathon gives a platform for us to connect families and runners to our mission. And we've actually throughout the over the years of being a part of the Cleveland Marathon, we've been a part of the Cleveland Marathon for many years now, and we have been able to meet fellow families who have also lost loved ones to brain tumors, lost their children to brain tumors. And it's helped us also engage the families that are part of our foundation, to give them a place or an outlet to, if they're runners, to participate in raising funds for the foundation through the Cleveland Marathon. So that has been a wonderful thing for our charity.
Now, when you mentioned getting involved with the Cleveland Marathon for many years, uh, what kind of benefits have you seen throughout the years when you first became one of the official charity organizations to today? Have you seen a lot of community growth throughout the program and fundraising efforts?
Yes, I think back initially to a family who lost their son, and the father and his brother were running in the Cleveland Marathon, and they're now very good friends of ours, and they're participants on our team, and we've grown together over the years. But the Cleveland Marathon is actually where we first met them. The Cleveland Marathon was doing a story on them, connected them to us. And together we've grown through the years, with them running every year. And his brother is now older, and we've essentially grown up with them, which is really kind of neat. But we've definitely seen over the years our team grow, our community reach grow, um, and it's because of the marathon. It's been wonderful.
We're rooted in Cleveland, so we
That's
love
right.
being a part of what you guys are doing.
And we like words like roots, rooted,
Mhm.
growing seeds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hopefully
Yeah,
a sunny day.
yeah, that's right. That's right. We are definitely rooted in Cleveland. This is our home, and we have some wonderful, hospitals here in town too that we work with.
Yeah.
And we are we're actually global. We've worked in countries all around the world, with support. But it's nice to have those ties and roots to Cleveland.
Now, do you guys have any personal memories on the course that any stories in particular that you would like to share from race day?
I think about my husband Ed, because what we do is a labor of love, for us, and we've been very fortunate with the foundation to be able to um, have the foundation as a way for us, as an outlet for us to be able to right a very ugly wrong. And
Yeah.
so one year he took on the 10K. And I guess you have to kind of know him to know what a big feat that was for him. And but he did it, he accomplished it, and we were all behind him. So that's one of the good memories that we have from just seeing him, dive into that and do the 10K and accomplish it was a big deal. So I don't know, that's what comes to mind first for me.
What I love about that is you just brought up the 10K, and that's what I've been encouraging a lot of the other charities. It's this whole race weekend. You don't necessarily have to be a Boston qualifier marathon runner. We have so many different levels for different paces that we would love to invite everybody.
Right. Our team is we really wrap our arms around our team. A lot of them have run together, have running groups together, and we just celebrate a little bit before, but a lot after the marathon too, and are really grateful for our runners and everybody who joins our team. They feel the support.
The timing of this conversation is, truth be told, a little bit crazy because I actually had a coffee business conversation today with an old colleague of mine, and we're just talking about just the race in general. And I'm not saying this just because I have you guys on the show today, but he goes, "Yeah, prayers for Maria. They're going to be back this year." I go, "Absolutely." And a matter of fact, they're going to be on today's podcast. So
Amazing.
That's awesome.
I think that's probably a segue of long-winded way of saying, how do you guys market yourself so well and because currently in the fundraising, you're top notch. Your name is constantly out there. People are literally bringing you guys and your involvement up with the race. And the partnership is very publicly known. For any advice to the other nonprofits or any experience for the community, how have you guys grown? It sounds like the sunflower analogy, but how have you really had the community be a part of the race and the program?
So the first thing I would say, it's not a complicated answer. It's actually quite simple in that you have to have it in your heart. You have to love what you stand for, and you have to believe in what you stand for. And we do. And then everything else comes from that. And our love for these kids and the fight that we're in for them really matters to us. It matters to everybody on our team. It matters to our volunteers. It matters to each one of our runners, to be a part of something that's really helping these kids that, who can't really help themselves. And, so you have to have it in your heart first and foremost, no matter what. And I think that we could say that for anything in life. If you want to be successful at something, you got to have it in your heart. I would also say we don't do what is expected. We do what's unexpected, and we like to think outside the box. And, a big part of that is putting yourself in other people's shoes and thinking about what would be appealing to them or what they would think would be interesting or neat or engaging. And, we're very much like that. We have very innovative thinkers on our team, and a good camaraderie that begins with the heart. So that's my answer for that one.
That's I'm out of words. I mean,
it's the best answer. I mean, truly, because that's when you, it's kind of like you say, you walk the walk and talk the talk, like this is where your heart is. And so it's very easy to be passionate and share that. And then others also share that passion.
It's infectious and
Yeah.
and that's how you go to a coffee shop and see someone who says, "Hey, prayers for Maria, I know them." And I love that. I love that you told us that, because we hear that all the time. But each time you hear it, it's just affirmation that, what we're doing is right. It's good. It's positive in this world, So I'm glad you shared that, Adam. Thank you.
Of course. Got to give credit where credit's due.
That's
and
right.
and I'm a marketer at heart as well. So I love just when as you just said it, when the good's out there, it makes the world a better place. So I absolutely love that. One thing we haven't talked about, 2025. We're only a few short months away from the big weekend. How excited are you guys?
We're so excited. Our team is getting ramped up and we're ready to go.
In what ways have you been getting the crowd and the team set up for success this year?
So we love to engage our team personally. So just meeting with them, talking with them. Like Megan mentioned before, they have running groups that they go and run together. And we kind of like to give them a little boost of incentive. So when you join our team at the Sunflower Striders, you get a Sunflower Striders shirt to wear during your race. And people recognize the sunflowers even throughout the course with motivational signage, and we're present the day of the marathon. So any runner or anyone that is there supporting their runner can come visit us at our booth. So yeah, we have a lot going on to encourage runners and help them feel included on our team as they fundraise.
Do you notice that your runners typically run together during the race, or do they typically have their own independent goals, or do you have a group that likes to run together?
I think some like to run together.
Yeah,
and it's
it
both.
depends on the runner, you know.
Yeah.
The whether it's 5K, I feel like the half marathon and the marathon runners are more intense on their goals. So so it just depends. But we all like to meet. We all meet beforehand, just as a rally before they go out, and then they come back and we celebrate together.
I love signs. I love them.
Yeah.
I love them. I love them. My personal life, I like signs that break me out of tension where I'm cracking up. And then I really do love, especially towards the end of the race, inspirational signs. Do you have any examples from prior races?
I may not be able to remember them off the top of my head, but we have them all along the route. You guys might have seen them. Yeah, it's not just the finish line we're racing toward. Let's end childhood brain cancer. But even along the route, we give some general inspirations to people. And you, if you've run in the marathon, you probably see our signs along the route. A lot of times people will come and say, hey, I read your, thank you, and we've done that for a number of years with the Cleveland Marathon. So.
And even the sunflower alone, when anyone sees a sunflower, it's a symbol of hope and positivity and encouragement to move forward. And I think it's something that the runners like to see throughout the course.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I have seen them on Lakeside. I think you guys have some signs out there. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just and they're all motivational sayings that we came up with here on our team. So when we share them with everybody who runs in the marathon, which we love to do.
Now, for the audience, before we started recording, we were discussing just doing our prep talk, our pregame, discussion. And Megan brought up the fact that you guys are located only a few blocks away from myself. And we're talking about volunteer opportunities, way to get involved. Megan, the floor is yours. If I wanted to get involved, how would I do so?
And I was just talking with somebody this morning too about the same thing. It is fun to volunteer for our foundation. We have so many great events that a lot of people already know throughout the community. We have the Sunflower Wine Festival in Rocky River, and we also have our sunflower fields here in Avon and then also up at Cedar Point. And our volunteers, one of the things we were talking about this morning was many of our volunteers have have expanded their friend network just by being involved with our foundation, because the wine festival, for example, we have close to 200 volunteers that work that event. And it's just, everybody has a blast. It's just a lot of fun. And that's what we're all about too. When it comes to our volunteer opportunities, we have a crew that runs our ice cream wagon for us, and they go out to many of the different places within the community, meeting people and working with fellow volunteers. So our volunteer opportunities, if there's a place you want to go and meet people and have a lot of fun, it's the Prayers for Maria Foundation. If people are interested, they should sign up on our volunteer form online and get involved, because it is a blast to work at our events and to be involved in our day-to-day operations is a lot of fun. And I don't know, if I were young and, new to the community or looking for something to do or getting involved, I would definitely come to Prayers for Maria for sure.
There's something for everyone, no matter what your why is. Even if you don't have an intimate connection with childhood brain cancer, there's something for you here
Mhm.
that can bring you meaning and you can enjoy.
Yeah.
And there's ice cream.
And there's
And
ice
there's
cream.
And there's ice cream.
Or
We're
or
gonna be at the
wine.
I think
Yep,
our
the
ice
wagon will be at the marathon this
Yeah.
year.
which is great.
I think we can probably share that too, Adam, right? We can probably share their website link and how to um, get registered to volunteer, which would be great.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. A
Mhm.
lot of events coming up in the summer, and obviously we plant our fields soon in the spring, and then all summer we have events going on. But once the fields bloom, there's events within the fields themselves, and so there's a lot of fun, really engaging, neat things to do.
Awesome. And you guys are going to be down for the actually on race location this year.
We'll see you there.
So awesome. So if I'm a runner or if I'm a spectator and I see you guys rocking your what was it, Sunflower Striders? Is that's
Yeah.
the team name?
Sunflower Striders.
Right.
So if I'm out and about, we can swing on by, say hello, and go from there.
Yeah.
High five their athletes when you run by them, Adam. Adam's running the full this year, so he will see them.
Well,
He
good
will
job,
see them.
Dad. I'm much better as a
Same. We're the cheerleaders on the
That's right.
sideline.
Hey, cheering takes a lot of work too. That's a long day of cheering and a lot of yelling and a lot of high fives. So we appreciate everyone that's out there cheering for any of the races. It's always really fun to see the spectators out there.
And Jen, you made an excellent point, and that goes for Prayers for Maria or any of the organizations that are involved with the charity program. Come out and support your
Yeah.
runners. Come out, make the signs. We have like 35 plus organizations. Every runner out there has the why. We obviously discussed it on today's episode for Prayers for Maria. All the other organizations, you have the same heart and soul for it. Come out and support your runners.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, this has been awesome. So once again, if I'm looking to get involved with Prayers for Maria, I think the simple thing is Google Prayers for Maria, and then we just go from there.
You can go to our website,
prayersfrommaria.org, and we have a volunteer tab and events pages that you can look into. For the Sunflower Striders, you can go to the events tab and go to Sunflower Striders, and it'll give you all the information you need to join our team.
Well, Megan and Grace, I cannot thank you enough for being on today's episode. This has been very fulfilling, beautiful story, amazing cause, and we're just excited for all of us to, enjoy this upcoming season and beautiful weekend in May together.
Can't wait.
Jen, anything before we call today's episode?
I don't think so for me. I really appreciate you guys joining today. I hope I get to see you in May. I know it gets so busy and it's hard and people are coming and going so much, but I definitely will make it a point to see if I can find you while we're out there. And I will be there at the 10K this year. So I'll keep my eye out for the sunflower shirts and make sure I'm high-fiving them too. So we really appreciate you joining and really spreading awareness about the charity partners, because I feel like sometimes you hear about it after the fact. And so if we can get more athletes involved and want to be involved as a charity runner, it's so important, because we can only touch so many people, but everybody else has a network too. And if we can spread that awareness to one person, to the next person, to the next person, we can do so much more.
Right. And if you're out there running, run. Why not run for something?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
I am going to give you guys just a heads up real fast, because when I'm running, I run with these headphones on. And when I'm grooving and I can't hear myself, and then I say, Megan, Grace, I might startle you, and that might come from personal experience. So I apologize in advance. And,
That's okay. We're ready for it.
all right. Awesome. Well, thank you for so much. I actually have a 4-mile run today, so you may actually accidentally come across me since we're neighbors. We're not too far from each other. So
Stop in anytime.
let's make sure it's the early part of the run and not the end, because But all joking aside, thank you so much. Once again, I am your host, Adam, and I am here with Jen. And what an excellent episode. Prayers for Maria. Thank you again for being on today's show.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you.